Welcome back to Shared Universe, my friends. My name is Eric, and if this is your first time joining us, welcome. If you're coming back, it's Wednesday. It is New Comic Book Day at your local area comic book shops. I have pulled some comics off the rack, and I'd just like to show you guys what I'm getting this week. First up, of course, it's DC. We're still in the midst of Rebirth. How can we not talk about it? So, up first, Teen Titans Rebirth #1. It is the issue I've probably been looking to the most since finding out the ending of the first issue of Rebirth. Wally is back. Now Wally is reuniting with his old teammates on the Titans. I've already read it. Buy it. Please, buy this. Buy this book. If you love DC, buy this book. It's amazing. Yeah, what can I say? This one I'm excited for as the series goes. We actually are starting with Superman #1. This is the actual start of the new series, not to be confused with some of how they're working it. And I just kind of learned this. They're doing a Rebirth #1 as well as a actual ongoing #1. So ask your local comic book store to make sure you're getting on the right point. So this is the actual start of the new series. Looking forward to it. The old Clark Kent of the pre-52 universe is, starting. This is live, folks. Deal with it. We're dealing with Superman from the pre-52 universe in the new 52 universe. If you don't understand what I'm saying, read a comic book once in a while, don't you? So, anyways, buy this book. It looks fun, awesome. Love Superman. And actually, that's kind of strange because I can't remember really the last time I really cared about Superman prior to, well, honestly, it was when Ed McGuinness and Jeff Loeb were doing their run on Action Comics. No, wait, it was Superman. It was Superman at first, and then it was the Batman-Superman series. So, next up, Batman. Segue into that kind of well. This is also the first issue of the actual ongoing. I was really intrigued by the first issue of Batman, so I'm going to give it a chance. Detective came out last week. I'm trying to get my hands on that one as well, but this looks fun, and like I said, I can't remember the last time I really enjoyed a Batman comic that was an ongoing and not a solo shot story. So Batman #1, grab it at your local comic store. We are switching to Marvel. I promise I'm not going to be impartial. Or partial? Impartial, partial, doesn't matter. I'm not an English major either. I took art in college. So, first up, Punisher #2. I've been waiting for this book for a while. I loved the first issue. We have Steve Dillon, who you might recall being the artist on the Marvel Max title of Punisher. And side note, if you like his art, you may also want to check out Preacher, now an AMC show, also filmed in Albuquerque. So, Steve Dillon, you like this art? Read Preacher. Like Preacher? Come to Albuquerque. We also have Breaking Bad here, people. Tons of meth. It's a documentary. So, anyways, Punisher #2. Bullets will be flying. I'm also reading Uncanny X-Men, and part of the reason I started reading it is I am an X-Men fan since the 90s, but I will admit I am a fair weather X-Men fan, and usually it's only when there's an artist on the book I appreciate. So I am getting this because, and I don't have to justify myself to you people, but I will, because I'm clever and I'm awesome. But anyways, Greg Land was drawing the book. Okay, Greg Land is no longer drawing the book. Now, I know people will say Greg Land did not draw the book, he traced the book. But if you are saying that, I want to see you trace a book. Let's just leave it at that. If you can trace a book, then you can complain about Greg Land. So anyways, I like this because this storyline has a direct impact into the book that came out last week that I want to talk about, and it is the Terrigen myths are what turn Inhumans who live on the moon, and this is kind of complicated, people, but Inhumans are kind of like space mutants. That's how I described it to a friend of mine. and they transform and get these superpowers. When this mist hits them, they activate. If you're following Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on ABC, it's exactly that. It's exactly what's going on in that show. But now the Terrigen Mists have been released on Earth, and they're killing mutants. The mutants who have been left to defend Earth, or really are staying on it, are kind of all the bad ones. We have a team consisting of Magneto, Sabretooth, Psylocke, Archangel. There's someone else who I can't recall right now. Probably doesn't matter. Oh, Monet. No one remembers that character. She was from Generation X back in the 90s. But anyway, X-Men. I'm still reading it, so it must be a reason for that. So, last week, I know we're doing this out of order. Maybe I should have done the last week, first week thing. Doesn't matter. I'm working on the format, people. This is live. I'm streaming. Deal. Civil War II came out. Okay, not to be confused with the movie. Now, as much as I have praised DC for Rebirth, I will praise Marvel. However, I am going to, and if there's parents listening, this is the disclaimer I am going to say right now. Fuck Marvel, okay? And in a good way. Hear me out. I'm not going to ruin the spoiler for this, but I have never read a comic, not in a long time. Well, wait, I take that back. Rebirth. Rebirth was pretty brilliant. Marvel did something that I haven't experienced in a book in quite some time as well. And it's the finale page turner, where you get to the finale and you're just, wait, is there more? Please God, let there be more. And that's all I can say to that. And I'm angry, but I'm getting issue 2 because, well, I have to know what happens now. And that's a good sign of a sequential work. It's the idea of the cliffhanger. It's the idea that they're going to get you back next week, next month to know what happens and how these characters react to this. And all I'm saying is, I'm in my nerdy little heart, I'm praying to God this is not true. Because then, Marvel, you have made an enemy of me. But I don't know. They're Disney now, so that's going to be an uphill battle. So anyways, Civil War II. If you were able to grab it, you know what I'm talking about. If you have not, and you're interested in Marvel characters, this is a great issue to read. So I will do that. I'm also going to focus on some independents I have found. The first one is by a company named Action Lab, and I wasn't really familiar with them, but I saw this and I've seen the movie. Saw it on Hulu. For all you people interested, there's a series of really low-budget horror movies, and one of them is called The Gingerbread Man, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a foul-mouthed, like myself, little gingerbread man who kills people. It was released, I believe, by Full Moon Entertainment, but now we have the Gingerbread Man comic book. And I must say it is every bit as vile and perverted and vulgar as the movies, but it's an interesting little genre, especially if you like low-budget horror movies and kind of like shock value stories. But yeah, it was fun, and there's 3 issues. This actually came back out a few months ago, so the full run of 3 issues is available, and I believe also a trade paperback is available as well for this. So I found this just recently, but you never know what you're going to find at your local comic shop. Next, Rough Riders #1. I put it in one of my little traveling bags because I brought it from home. It's by from Aftershock Comic Books, and it is. I was kind of interested just by the cover itself because it has, in a very old-timey photograph, we have Teddy Roosevelt. These are the Rough Riders, I guess. Annie Oakley, Thomas Edison, Jack Johnson, the old famous boxer, Mr. Eastman, Eastman Kodak, and Houdini. It's kind of like the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, but with real people, but now with laser guns. So, it was fun. I'm going to get the 2nd issue. The art actually reminds me of the Kubert family. Andy and Adam, actually. It's tight, but their faces are very similar, so I do like that style. So that is the next book I was citing for independent listing. Two things I gotten. I know the grammar Nazis out there are going to completely flail, just kill me online, but I don't care. I'm doing it live because I'm like Bill. What's his name? Yeah, whatever. So, I Hate Fairyland. I'm Rambling. Volume 1 by Scotty Young. If you know Scotty Young, you'll know him from his tenure on the Wizard of Oz books, as well as some of the Little X-Men, Little Avenger books. He does more kid-friendly stuff. At least that's the approach that many people considered the type of artist he was. However, with this book, he completely throws that out of the window, and it is a violent retelling of a small girl who gets sucked into fairyland, only to grow up, however, not have her body physically age, and she becomes a psychotic murderer. So we have people like killing. It's just mass killing. It's mass killing on a cute and fluffy scale. Fun book to read. So if you like a little bit of the violence, a little bit of the humor, I would recommend this. It's published by Image Comics, and it is a $10 bargain for a trade. So check out Image. They have good deals on trades. Lastly, Star Wars, Droids and Ewoks. Now, I know maybe this is me trying to sanitize my own video. I swore in it. I've shown violent gingerbread men and little girls shooting cannons at cute fluffy things. Well, this is your palate cleanser, people. This is Droids and Ewoks. This is the omnibus. It's all thick and big and awesome. Of the original run from the 80s of the Ewoks and Droids comic books, published by Marvel Comics under the name Star Comics, which was like a branch of younger reader videos for them. So anyways, this actually has the first comic book I was ever given in it, so it's part of the reason I wanted it. Also, Ewoks, don't judge me, I like them. But the interesting part of this is I never was really into the Droids cartoon or the toys or any of that. But the interesting thing about this was at the end, the Droids comic became a Star Wars comic. And even though it technically is a Star Wars comic, I know it, but they're actually interacting as if they're in the movie at that time. So it's kind of a different point of view of those characters, with Darth Vader on the Death Star, all the things you remember from the first movie, and I think maybe even up to Empire possibly, but they're retelling it from their point of view, so I just thought that was kind of interesting. So anyways, this is my other pick of trades of the week. So yeah, Ewoks. So if you like any of what I'm doing, great, leave a comment. We're going to list some of the credentials here, the store, my pages, all this. If you have a comment, leave it below. If you have a question, more than happy to try to answer it for you. So until then, I am signing off. We will see you next Wednesday at Shared Universe here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Bye, guys.